Today I fucked up, I have officially branded myself as the biggest perv. And I 100% deserve it. This is his now ex-wife. Did he not realize, or too dumb to remember, we share everything, including the same Reddit app? I logged on to see this throwaway as the default login account. I've removed all of this personal story for my family's protection and changed this account's password. Although it might be too late, and already circulated online. I took a look through the comments, and was seriously disgusted by most of the responses suggesting to sexually approach both of us last night. Which my sister did mention he tried something in the middle of the night. This guy is incredibly living in another world. I'm only posting this to reassure everyone thinking he got away with it, that these types of scumbags do not. I came home yesterday with my sister to pack my shit. I saw his update saying I seemed alright, but I was keeping it in for the next morning. Reason we slept in the living room is because I didn't want him to see my bags in the corner of the bedroom. He came home suddenly before I finished packing. It wasn't fun camping, or a picnic. This morning, before he woke up, we grabbed the rest of my stuff and left. I went to the bank and froze our joint account before he irresponsibly starts taking cash out. I'm not seeing him anymore, going to lawyer up, give away all this Reddit gold to the comments that I feel were actually reasonable, and divorce his ass. Oh, and if you can read this, I've deleted the tracking app. Smile. My lawyer will call you to unfreeze your share and take the steps to unlink me from any other tracking apps you might have on me. Too long didn't read, his life is ruined. That update gave me whiplash. Weirdest Detective Pikachu promo by far. I think you blew right past being the biggest perv and just landed yourself with a lifetime's worth of issues. R.I.P., my dude. You really go all out for your beat-off sessions. Except for locking the door. Today I fucked up by wearing a shawl, which ruined my relationship with my GF. Minor background, I am a pretty affectionate, and at times effeminate, dude. I'm 6'2" and have a pretty tough guy background in that I was in special forces a while ago, and my roommates all served as well, but I also have thin wrists and sit on my friends' laps and blow kisses to them and shit. I'm not gay, I just am me. So while I was in a shop with a roommate a few weeks ago, he saw these really cool shawls that we both couldn't get out of our heads. He returned last weekend to buy them and now we have these shawls. Mine makes me look like a Star Wars character and his looks like the outlaw Josie Wales. These are seriously awesome shawls. The first night we wore them, everybody at the dive bar we went to, dudes, thought they were awesome as well. Then this girl and her friend arrive on invite from Shawlbro, and they are seriously turned off by our sweet shawls. Like, acting pretty weird about them and making comments. Whatever. So I get a call from my GF, she's tired and wants to hang out at mine, and so I bid these mean girls and Shawlbro adieu and head home. I'm still wearing the shawl when my GF arrives and she's also really taken aback. She won't even kiss me until I take it off. We do the deed and go to sleep. And the next morning she starts asking me if I'm gay. And she's really serious and aggressive about it. I tell her I'm not, that if I was I'd definitely know if by now, and she counters with her major evidence of the fact that I own a shawl. Anyway, she gets weird and leaves, and then sends me a text later about how she's sorry, and that she needs to think about what kind of man she wants, and then doesn't contact me for days. So yesterday I invite her out. She's stumbling over her words and talking about how she likes tough guys and how she grew up in the South and needs to get used to the big city, but that she doesn't know this or that, and eventually I just tell her very politely to get fucked because I'm pretty insulted by this point. On the way back, now that I'm not directly in front of her, I get this long apologetic text from her, but the crux of it is that yeah, she's just not that into me anymore because I wore a shawl. Later on, I tell Shawlbro about this, and he also had a blowout with the girl he was seeing over his shawl that very same night we went out. We are both going to keep wearing the shawls though, they are warm. TL, doctor, me and my friend bought cursed shawls and now we are single. Edit. She's a nice girl, she's just not picking up what I'm putting down. It's a silly thing to be mad about. And by popular demand, it's shawl over for you hoes. Edit, 2, Shawlbro. It's official. That's the most I've heard/seen the word shawl in a single day. Official. Two sayings come to mind here, one from my basic instructor, who was also Special Forces, so I figure you'll like that one I picked up somewhere, I don't remember where, a long time ago. What my instructor taught me was simple: if you have something that makes your life easier or more comfortable, like using knee pads, or grabbing an umbrella, or whatever, and you choose not to use it, you are no tougher or better than the man who chooses to. In fact, if it says anything about you, it probably says you're stupider, because while you're standing there, wet and cold in the rain, he grabbed an umbrella and is dry. The other is, the toughest, most alpha thing you can do in any situation is the thing you want. While everyone else is catering to others' whims, you are confidently being you with no fucks given what others think. We really need a picture of these awesome shawls. Edit, Op delivered, picture of the shawl in his original post. Thanks. Smile? What the fuck? All this shawl talk and no pictures. They sound pretty close to Wild West ponchos, to me. /edit /yay. He added a picture. Great shawls, too. I have. Shawl envy. Today I fucked up by swiping on my girlfriend's phone NSFW. So this happened a few days ago and I'm still not sure I'm 100% ready to tell the story, but here goes. I've been with my girlfriend for about a year and I already know she is the love of my life. She's perfect for me, we're perfect for each other. We're getting ready to move in with each other and I want nothing more than to start a family with her and spend the rest of my life with her. We went on a short vacation last week and when we returned she gave me her phone to look at some photos from the trip. She went to the bathroom while I had her phone, and as I was scrolling through the pictures it kind of jumped to a period that was about a year and a half ago. If you have an iPhone you know what I'm talking about. You scroll a little bit too fast and all of a sudden you're back at the start of the photo album. It's annoying as hell, but some photos caught my eye. Some photos that I really shouldn't be seeing, of her and a previous boyfriend. There she is, the love of my life, trying to get her mouth around the biggest dick I've ever seen in my life. I've watched porn, a lot. I've never seen a dick like this. I'm talking bigger than 2 Coke cans stacked on top of each other. Longer and thicker. As far as I could tell she was unable to get her teeth around it. I could see another thumbnail of her comparing the size of his dick to her forearm with a look of wonder and glee on her face. I closed the pictures and I've acted like nothing has happened, but I cannot get these images out of my mind. I've never been self-conscious about my dick size. In fact, if you believe the stats, I'm significantly above average, but this has destroyed my self-esteem. We haven't had sex since. I can't concentrate on my work. I just wish I had never seen those damn pictures. Too long didn't read, accidentally saw some pictures of the love of my life sucking the biggest dick on earth and my stupid male ego is destroyed. Update, there's a lot of people assuming that this was a one-night stand. It wasn't. She was with this guy for 3 years. I can show you my tiniest dick if it makes you feel better, bro. Maybe it was just the perspective. I always thought I had a huge dick, turns out I just have really tiny hands. There's always a bigger fish. I used to own a gym and one of my regulars had broken up with his wife and went off the radar for a year or 2. He popped back one night for a chat and a catch-up. He said that at one point he'd got a new girlfriend who was a screamer. She shouted and threw herself about and was ridiculously vocal in bed. He reckons he'd had sex with her about 3 or 4 times and whenever he was banging her he was the king of the world. Until halfway through their next performance when she stopped all the histrionics and said something along the lines of, "I fucking love shagging you, my last boyfriend's cock was too big and it used to hurt me. But yours fits just fine." And that was the last time they had sex. And then he told all his mates thinking they would sympathize. Oh, how they laughed. I had one of those. No, it's fine that you didn't last that long tonight. My ex would just keep going for hours and hours until I just had to stop. I knew this guy who had a huge donkey dong. Like seriously big. He had won competitions, he was in the army and they did that kind of thing. Well, one night he got drunk and he confided to me that it was effing curse. He told me how women he was about to be intimate with would see it and immediately call it off. Or how he wasn't able to have sex that was pleasurable for girlfriends he was in love with, and that roadblock to normal intimacy ruined the relationship. This big, tough, hung like a gas pump, soldier was in tears telling me this. A giant cock. No Siri, not for me. I'll stick with my average sized, fits in pretty much any hole, comfortable in my pants, penis, heart. This would probably have helped Op if his so didn't have a look of wonder and amazement in the pics.